Hello everyone, are you willing to make a sacrifice? As a cinema-loving birthday present, I decided to treat both myself and my horror film-loving son to the 15th all-time feature-length directed film from the master of suspense, Night Shyamalan. Oh, the allure of that cavernous, darkened room and the biggest of cinema screens, popcorn, birthday cake, even a bag or two of illicit sweets sneaked into the auditorium under the cover of cinematic darkness. And how about a twisted tale of the four horsemen of the apocalypse in the guise of a softly spoken soothsaying teacher, a cook, an ex-convict, and a kindly, empathetic nurse now knocking at a remote cabin door and spoiling the would-be holidaymakers' lives and dreams while asking for the ultimate sacrifice in order to save the world from earth-destroying tsunamis, earthquakes, a deadly virus, or aeroplanes simply dropping from the sky. Sure, that sounds like my kind of birthday. I've enjoyed a roller coaster cinematic life with the films of the Indian-born filmmaker. Night Shyamalan will forever be to me that fresh-faced kid who tricked and astounded the world of film in 1999 with The Sixth Sense, before following this incredible film with a hat-trick of films, Unbreakable, Signs and The Village, that are deep, personal favourites if largely critically unloved and underappreciated within the film community. From The Village in 2004, over a decade would pass in which I would completely tune out from the films of Night Shyamalan, completely avoiding The Lady in the Water or The Last Airbender. But with the aforementioned horror film-loving son now of an appropriate age, we saw Split 2016 and Glass 2019 from the confines of our local cinema, and have recently completed another hat-trick of fantastic and highly recommended films with Old in 2021. So where does Knock at the Cabin feature on this cinematic roller coaster? I hear you whisper in soft, soothing tones amid tales of the end of the world. Based upon the 2018 book The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, firstly, they should have used this title for the film, and secondly, Night Shyamalan's latest cinematic creation features towards the higher arc of his cinematic roller coaster for his films, yet I initially love it the least of his four most recent releases. That's a little unsurprising as I adore Split, Glass and Old, but my son and I were repeatedly looking at each other in a grueling and suspense-dripping opening, but I found this drained away completely once our four horsemen and women of an apocalyptic future had not only knocked at the cabin, but eventually forced their way in. Between this and a somewhat tame ending is a brilliantly constructed and shot film from Night Shyamalan, where the soft-spoken and disarmingly quiet candour of Dave Bautista as the invading group's spokesman is seemingly always shot from below, with Bautista in close-up, crouching over or peering down at a frightened family thrown into a sacrificial end-of-the-world dilemma. My heart is broken with what I have to do today, he intones quietly and without any malice or aggression. He and his apocalyptic cult have all been drawn together today for this moment and for this family by visions of a future that can only be averted by the ultimate sacrifice of all. With only 24 credited roles, 7 are Paramount, headed by Dave Bautista and brilliantly scored in the horrific reality of a confusing unreality by Kristen Key as the youngest cast member, Wen. Protected by adoptive parents Eric and Redmond, Jonathan Groff and Rupert Grint, from Bautista's gently intoned proclamations of the end of the world, Key excels from beginning to end of an end-of-the-world apocalyptic tale that almost works, but which continues my fandom of its creator and director, and a perfect way to spend a birthday trip to the beautifully dark confines of a cinema. And that was Knock at the Cabin from 2023, directed by Night Shyamalan. And I leave you in peace and in solidarity, and I thank you so much for watching. Peace everyone.